So before I head up to here, where I'm probably actually going to get some more interesting stuff, I figured I'd just have a look at what happens if I pick Betray here. I get the feeling it's not good. Considering, like, it ends pretty much there. You know, this is the part where I always feel like an asshole, and that part of me will never shut up every time I pick Betray. Hey ho, one's gotta live. Oh shit, I fast forwarded it there because I had to put it on skip just to get to the voting section.
Results from round 2 of the Ambidex game will now be displayed. Please direct your attention to the results screen.
I'm just debating who can actually get out here because I don't have enough BP to escape. Hey, look at that! I saved Alice a little bit. I guess. But then how does this result in a bad ending is the ultimate question.
Points have been assigned or subtracted accordingly.
I'm making a rather large assumption that this involves my death.
Please check your bracelet
might not.
to see your updated bracelet points.
One can hope. I mean, no one else is dead.
Sigma, why? You promised. How could you?
I mean, I promised the first time.
Why won't you say something? At least give me an excuse. Say you wanted to protect everybody, or you slipped and hit the wrong button. Anything. I don't care if it's a lie. Just say something.
Oh, fucking why, Luna?
I can't trust you anymore, can I? I see. All right then. You did it so that you could get more points, right?
I wanted to say no, but I couldn't. She was right. I shut my eyes and turned away.
I trusted you. Goodbye.
Luna's face twisted as she spun away, not before I saw tears glistening in the corners of her eyes. My heart sank into my stomach like a lump of lead. I'd lost something very precious. Like they say, trust takes years to build, but only a second to break. If only I could have taken that second back. That was impossible. Life only moves in one direction, and you only get to make your choices once. Sigma, we've done this like... Hold on. 1, 2, 3... No, wait. 1, 2, 3, 4, 5... I can't be bothered to count how many branches we've gone down at this point. But yeah, I'm pretty sure that we know we're not doing this just the once.
Hey, where do you think you're going?
Isn't it obvious? I'm going to look for Quark.
Hey, wait!
Clover yelled after him, but Tenmyoji ignored her and continued toward the magenta door. That's the only way that this can end well. In air quotes. Is like, Tenmyoji finds Quark here, pushes him out, and therefore that's the bad end where we all get stuck in here. She glared at his receding. She glared at his receding back and muttered something under her breath. Something must have happened between them.
Tenmyoji, you're going to go look for Quark, right?
Yeah, so?
I want to help.
No thanks.
Really?
Much as I'd like to say that, I need all the help I can get. Think you can give me a hand?
Of course. Let's go.
They headed off through the magenta door together. My brain is slightly concerned. Clover was left standing by herself, brows furrowed and head down deep in thought. Then suddenly she stood up straight and took off through the cyan door. Is the cyan one the lounge? Is that the crew quarters? That's the crew quarters. I feel like I should know by now, but I turned and saw that only Fi and Kay were left. Where's Dio?
He went off toward the yellow door while you and Luna were talking.
He went to drink his sorrows away, probably.
He just walked out?
Yes. He did check the results before he left.
I bet he wasn't very happy. If I had chosen Betray, he'd be sitting pretty with 9 PP right now.
I imagine he would. Fortunately, Fi is much too clever for that. That was why I chose Ally. It was an easy decision.
But if you betrayed her, then you'd have been able to get out of here.
Perhaps, but I made a promise to Fi.
Promise, huh? Are you really sure Kay wouldn't betray you?
Of course not. I'm not an idiot. I didn't really have a choice, though. The only option was to trust him.
That's so.
Yeah. Don't you think that's important? Trusting someone, I mean. Alright. We should go and look for Quark, too.
Indeed. Best we split up, wouldn't you say?
We did say, and each one of us left for a different area of the facility. I took the magenta door, Fi went through the yellow door, and Kay took the cyan door. Quark, you in here drinking your sorrows away? Hey, look, it's that room I've not been in yet, that I keep being shown. Although this one was completely new. No one had ever mentioned anything about this, I don't think. Well, maybe they've mentioned it, but they didn't tell me what it was. I feel like I'd have clicked onto the fact that there was a giant robot bay. But no matter how hard I looked, Quark was nowhere to be found. Eventually, I decided to head back to the warehouse.
Tenmyoji? What's going on? You found Quark?
Wouldn't be here if I hadn't.
Where was he?
Like I'm gonna tell you that.
What? Did I do something wrong?
You broke your promise to Luna.
That I did.
I don't like people who break promises.
There was no rebuttal for that.
Well, I'm glad you found him.
Ha! Oh, you got some balls saying that, acting like you give a shit about him.
Is he okay? He looks tired.
He's just sleeping. Seems somebody shot him up with some kind of anesthetic.
Someone? Who?
Hell if I know. And honestly, I don't really care anymore.
Why not?
Quark's safe. Now, all I have to do is get him out of here, and this'll all be over.
Wait. Make it sound like you can get right out now.
I can. Well, he can.
How?
Didn't you see the results? Quark's BP is
9.
exactly.
So you're gonna have him pull the lever and open the number 9 door.
Yeah, of course, he's gonna need my help to do that.
But what about you? You've only got 4 BP. Even if you can get the door open, you'll...
3. Now, maybe some of you are thinking. You're thinking, oh ho, if my BP is too low, then I'll just have someone with enough BP open the door. And I'll just slip through when it's open. But that's not gonna happen. If you think you can be sneaky, well...
Think I don't know that? Doesn't matter though. So long as Quark is safe, then
My guard was down. I barely even saw him move. It wasn't until pain exploded in my stomach that I realized Tenmyoji had kicked me. I let a strange sort of wheeze and collapsed to the floor. Blinking against the pain, I managed to find Tenmyoji again. He maneuvered Quark up to the number 9 door.
Stop! Tenmyoji!
Moving made me wretched. Before I could recover and call out again, he'd done it. Tenmyoji pressed Quark's hand against the lever. He looked back at me over his shoulder.
I'm sorry. Door's almost open. so it's time I was on my way.
Tenmyouji, don't be an idiot. If you go through that, you'll...
Believe me, I know. But I gotta stay with him as long as I can. Couldn't live with myself if I just tossed him out there unconscious, you know?
Then stay here.
Can't do that.
Why not?
There's a killer here. It's too dangerous. I can't take that risk with Quark's life.
I mean, it's a pretty good reason, all things considered. Someone did stab Alice.
The number 9 door has been opened. It will remain open for 9 seconds.
See ya.
Tenmyouji, wait! Don't do this! Tenmyouji! Tenmyouji!
God, if my mic didn't make noise when I moved here, I would have done the fucking thing. But you know, hey ho, can't do that gag.
The number 9 door has closed. This ends the nonary game. Thank you for your participation. As the game is over, all doors other than the number 9 door have been unlocked. Escape is not possible. Please enjoy your stay.
Like hell I can. That was how it ended. Had Tenmyouji died? Had Quark escaped? I didn't know. I laid my hand gently against my aching stomach and stared up at the ceiling. Faint approaching footsteps echoed through the warehouse. One of them was a killer. Whatever. It didn't matter anymore. I was never going to see the outside world again. Perhaps it would be better if I just let them kill me. I lay back and closed my eyes. Well, I can't say I'm totally surprised. I mean, I've been doing things by the system at this point, so... I feel like this might have been a bad idea.
Round 2 of the Ambidex game has been completed.
I'll admit, he's no Luna.
Results will be displayed in the warehouse. Thank you for your participation. Ambidex gates now opening. Results from round 2 of the Ambidex game will now be displayed. Please direct your attention to the results screen.
Everybody clench. Yep. Figured. You bastard.
Points have been assigned or subtracted accordingly. Please check your bracelet to see your updated bracelet points.
What?
So you did indeed choose Ally.
You tricked me!
I apologize.
Sigma! You fucking idiot! Now Kay's got 9 points thanks to your stupid ass.
I mean, yes?
But he's not gonna just leave us.
I apologize for taking further advantage of your trust, but I will be leaving.
I can't say I'm not surprised.
What?
Before we could react, Kay slipped past us with speed and agility that belied? Yeah, I think that says belied. That belied his size. In the blink of an eye, he was standing in front of the number 9 door.
Kay! God damn it! Wait, you son of a bitch!
He didn't give us any sign that he'd heard Dio, just grabbed the lever and pulled it down. You know the only person we managed to talk down from that door is Fi?
Oh no!
The number 9 door has been opened. It will remain open for 9 seconds.
Why did you do it? I trusted you, Kay.
The answer is obvious. 3 people have already been murdered. If I remain, I place myself in greater danger. A simple decision, really. I'm sure you would have done...
God damn it, Kay!
I apologize. I do intend to contact the police as soon as I have escaped. Now then.
Kay, wait!
He didn't even turn around.
Clover, give me that neostigmine. I'm going after him.
I've got to remember we have that at this point. So that's going to be very helpful going forward at some point.
The number 9 door has closed. This ends the nonary game. Thank you for your participation. As the game is over, all doors other than the escape, please.
Yeah, we've heard you before.
He's gone.
Damn it! This is all your fault, Sigma!
There's no point to blaming him now.
Yeah, it's not like we can open that door again.
Ah, damn it!
No, this isn't right. This can't be right. He stood there in silence, staring at the door. The only exit to the outside world, now closed forever. Our only chance of escape was to hope Kay would keep his word and contact the police. Alice, Luna, and the old woman, who had killed them? And where had Quark gone? There were questions we still hadn't answered, but we had plenty of time now. Perhaps we still would. Well, you know what? I'm kind of on a roll here, and I've got nothing better to do this evening. Fuck it, I'ma carry on. This is now a double recording, but you're only getting you're getting these episodes at separate times. Sadly, as much as well, actually, I don't know if recording for 2 hours straight is a good idea or a bad idea. The fact that this ends where it does either means there's a roadblock here or something worse. AKA death. You're not tricking me this time, Kay. I don't care for the announcer's spiel at this point.
Results from round 2, please.
Yeah. We get the picture, announcer. Now the question now becomes, was I a dick or? Nah, life's good. Life's fine. Life is chill. Nothing oh wait, no. Quark can now get out and Luna is slightly worse off. That's the only major concern here, though.
So you picked Betray.
Leading to a draw, it would seem.
You don't feel bad about it or anything?
I could ask the same of you.
Okay, yeah, I guess that's fair.
I had thought that you would choose Ally.
If I had, then you'd have 9 BP right now, wouldn't you? Nice try, but I'm not gonna let you get out of here that easily.
As I told you before, even if I were to reach 9 BP, I would not necessarily leave immediately.
I mean, yeah, I've seen that timeline, and you're full of shit.
I might choose to wait until everyone else had also reached 9 BP.
Yeah, well, I considered that. Didn't seem likely.
Then you do not trust me. No need to apologize. Trust must be earned in a game like this.
Says the guy who told me to trust him so he could betray me.
Indeed. Clearly, I don't deserve to be trusted.
And honestly, the honesty is refreshing, but that's not really the brightest move.
So you chose Betray too, huh? If you just picked Ally, I'd have 9 BP right now.
Why on earth would I have done that?
There's no way Clover would have chosen Ally when you had a chance to betray her and get to 9 BP.
Are you an idiot or something?
Bunch of smartasses.
So you chose betray?
Of course. Luna's bracelet is already off. No risk of a penalty for her now.
That brings Quark's BP up to 9.
Are you worried that he might try and get out?
Well, if he were to do so, the rest of us would be trapped here.
Bet you're all pretty happy he isn't here right now, aren't you?
Whoa. Nobody's saying that.
Maybe you aren't saying it, but I know what you're thinking.
How the fuck did you let Quark run off? / where have you hidden him? So that you can go and retrieve him now.
The Ambidex gates have closed. Round 3 of the Ambidex game will be the Star Round. Star keys are required to open the gates. There is no set limit on usage of the Star keys. The Ambidex gates can be opened as many times as the players wish to open them.
As many times as we want, huh? And that means we can keep playing the AB game over and over using the star keys, right?
So it would seem.
Alright, well, where do we find them?
Beyond the next set of chromatic doors.
Oh? You found them already?
Yeah, that's right. I forgot to tell you guys. Take a look at the map. There are 3 white doors in the floor B warehouse.
White doors, huh? Maybe that's where Quark went. The warehouse on floor B, you said?
Yeah, but you're not gonna be able to get through them until they open. We've still got more than 80 minutes until that happens.
Damn.
We will need to form groups of colors that can make white.
Time we had a look at all our colors then.
Yeah, looks like they've been shuffled around again. Looks like I'm, blue solo.
I'm a magenta. Pear.
As am I.
You and me, huh? Better than Dio, I guess.
You say something?
What color are you?
I'm a green solo. What's with the sigh?
Forget about it.
They have to go with her. They have to go with Dio, don't they?
What about you two?
Cyan, pear.
I'm a cyan pear too.
Alice and Luna's bracelets have changed as well. Both of them are yellow pears.
Then, what color is Quark?
He's a red solo. In order to open the white doors, you'd normally need, say, red, blue, and green.
The solos can't group together, right?
That's why the pairs are magenta, yellow, and cyan. Magenta is a mix of red and blue. Yellow is a mix of red and green. Cyan is a mix of blue and green.
Oh, good. I'd have gone with Alice and Luna. I can see why this timeline ends where it does.
So if you combine magenta with green, you get white. And so on.
I see.
Okay then. We just need to get to the floor B warehouse when the doors open, right? I'll be taking off then.
Where do you think you're going?
Anywhere that isn't here. Hanging out with a murderer doesn't sound like a good time to me.
The guy who insists on splitting up is usually the first to bite it.
What?
Well, then again, loners often turn out to be killers.
Just what are you getting at, old man? You think I kill him?
Well, maybe not. But you're pretty damn suspicious.
That's just Dio in a nutshell.
You trying to start something, you wrinkle old piece of...
Hey, knock it off! We don't actually know one of us is the killer, do we?
We have no evidence of that, no. But we do know that Zero Senior is one of us. And there is an excellent chance that Zero Senior and the killer are one and the same.
Then why did he kill Alice and Luna now? If Zero Senior wanted any of us dead, he could have done it way before this. While we were, I don't know, unconscious, for instance. What's the point of setting up this whole game just to kill off 2 of your participants halfway through?
Wait, then are you saying there's another person in here somewhere?
It's possible. I think it might be a good idea for all of us to look for a killer.
Well, we gain nothing by standing around here.
Yeah, I've got to find Quark, and soon.
If we're going to search, we should go in pairs this time.
How are we gonna pair up then?
I'm not going with Kay. If he decides he feels like snapping me in half, there's not a whole hell of a lot I can do about it.
I'll go with anyone besides Dio.
I don't want to go with Dio either.
Fine. He's hardly my first choice, but I'll take Dio.
What the hell?
Just figured that this way we don't have to make this into a huge argument. Besides, I'm gonna be stuck with you once we go through the chromatic doors anyway. No reason to put it off.
I will go with Sigma.
Oh yeah?
Would you prefer someone else?
No, I guess you're okay.
That leaves me and Clover as a pair then.
Yep.
Looks like we're all set.
We'll take the cyan door on floor A and the blue door on floor B.
Alright, Clover and I'll take the magenta door and the red door.
That leaves us with the yellow and green doors then. Once we're all done, let's meet in the floor B warehouse. Alright?
Got it.
See you later then.
I was expecting Sigma to say, let's meet at the floor B warehouse in about, like, 5 minutes, in like 10 minutes before the time limit or some stupid shit like that. God, not the creepy music. Kane, are you back here?
There's no one in the infirmary. No Quark and no killer. At least as far as I can see.
Well, there is someone here. Technically, at least. The old woman.
Oh, yeah.
She was lying silently on the bed furthest away from us. If it weren't for the bloodstains on her chest and arm, her peaceful expression would have fooled most people into thinking she was just asleep. The blood had dried and darkened, and now looked like any other stain. That was when I noticed it.
Huh? Wait a minute. Look at her wrist.
It seems remarkably clean.
Yeah. For some reason, there's no blood on this part.
Maybe she had something on her wrist. A watch, perhaps.
A bracelet! Hello, voice crack. How are you today?
A watch?
Yes. It was likely removed after she was killed. That would account for the lack of blood splatter on her wrist.
A watch, huh? I don't know. It just looks like it was kind of wide for a watch. Aren't women's watches usually thinner?
You raise a good point. Perhaps it was some kind of jewelry?
Jewelry? You mean like a bracelet or some... Of course! Why didn't I see it sooner? This is the same size and shape as our bracelets. Look at it's exactly the same width.
Then that would mean...
She was wearing a bracelet when she was killed. She was a participant, just like us.
Are you sure? This old woman, a player in the nonary game.
Mm-hmm. God damn it, Akane. Why do you have to keep coming back for these things?
Okay? Something wrong?
Oh, no. Nothing. If you're correct, then where did the thief hide the stolen bracelet?
Did they put the bracelet on and take her place in the nonary game? My mind just exploded. I think that's got to have been what happened. Surely.
We were quite thorough during our earlier search, but I know that I saw nothing, and none of the others reported finding a bracelet either.
And that means they've been holding on to it this whole time. They probably still got it.
This is why Tenmyoji wanted to look at everyone's bracelets! Everything makes sense.
That would seem likely.
No, wait. If they'd been carrying it around, the sensors in the chromatic doors would have picked it up. Without the right combination of bracelets, the secondary door would never have opened.
So our suspect is not only a killer and a thief, but a skilled imposter as well.
What are you saying?
After killing the old woman, they put on her bracelet. In fact, it is entirely possible they are wearing it still. Yes, that would make sense.
So the killer's running around with the old woman's bracelet?
Yes,
And you're telling me they're probably wearing it?
correct. Do you remember what Zero Jr. told us? Something about how the bracelet will come off if the wearer's heart stops. I don't recall the exact words, but in any event, once the old woman had died, her bracelet would have detached, allowing the killer to easily collect it. So
Why?
that they could participate in the nonary game, I imagine.
What?
I suspect the killer was someone who was not originally intended to be a participant. For whatever reason, however, they were willing to go to great lengths to ensure that they were. To that end, they killed the old woman, who was one of the original participants, and took her place.
But why would someone do that?
That? I have no idea. Certainly they must have a goal of some sort. You would have to be mad to choose to come here.
It's gotta be one of the Mimrodons, surely.
But as to what that goal is, and how the killer intends to achieve it, I'm afraid I do not have even speculation.
It's gotta be the one that's the terrorist.
That's interesting.
Have you noticed something?
Well, there's blood all over the lady's arm, except for right here. Since that's where the bracelet was, then the bracelet the killer stole should have blood on it.
Right.
But none of us is wearing a bloody bracelet.
Sigma, please tell me you're kidding. The killer would have, of course, wiped the blood off. Only a fool would walk around with a bracelet covered in blood.
So you're saying they cleaned it?
Yes. Have you discovered something?
Okay. I know how we can identify the killer.
Oh?
We just need some of that luminol. It doesn't matter how well they cleaned it, there should be some traces of blood left.
Aha, I see. That could very well work. We should have everyone gather in the rec room then. That is where the luminol was, I believe.
Yeah. First we need to finish looking for Quark, though. We've still got the infirmary and everything beyond the green door. Once we're done with that, we can head back to floor B to meet up with everyone else.
Understood. Shall we go then?
So we're the ones going to be looking at everyone's bracelets instead of Tenmyoji. Man, that paints me as a suspicious person, doesn't it? Kay, please don't snap me in half. I hate to think Dio was right about something. Dio's never right, probably. He strikes me as one of those people. The game's doing that thing where there's no music. I think.
There's 3 doors here, too.
The same as what we found on the other side of the blue door.
Sorry, I'm just looking at the waveforms over on my recording thing. Yeah, there's no music going at the moment, just to make sure I'm not going mad.
But looks like 2 of them are already unlocked.
So it does. The center and rightmost doors both say open. Perhaps the layout here is different.
Whatever. Let's go take a look at the door on the right first.
The golem. Ah, yeah. This is where this is. Where we went.
Huh? What's this room?
That looks like a workbench of some sort.
Maybe, but what sort of work? Well, we're here to find Quark, not look at a workbench. You go check the far end, alright?
Very well.
Nothing. He's not here either. Hey, Kay! How's it going over there?
As I was about to yell, I needed to hiccup. That was weird.
Kay! Can you hear me?
Kay was bent over with his back to me, peering underneath the thing that looked like a workbench.
What the hell?
I walked toward him as I spoke.
Hey man, what's going on here?
Oh, nothing.
Bent down and saw he was staring at something that appeared to be a safe.
It's empty.
Yes.
Was there something in there before?
No, it was empty when I found it.
Was it?
Yes.
And what are you doing staring into an empty safe?
I was thinking. Specifically, I was thinking about who opened this safe.
Wouldn't that have been the team that went through the green door? I think that was Dio, Fly, and Clover.
No, that's unlikely.
Dio said they went into the tree. Someone else has been in here! Well, I mean, obviously that's because Dio said they went into the treatment room.
When we met up with Dio, he told us that he had been in the treatment center. The nameplate on this door says this is the Golem Bay, however.
So you're saying they didn't go here?
I believe that is the case. Which, as you can see, is why I was puzzled. If Dio, Phi, and Clover did not open the safe, who did?
Well, there's no point in thinking about it. We should get back.
Yes, and there was another unlocked door, wasn't there?
Yep. Let's get moving then.
The golem's gone as well. I'd just like to point that out. I mean, I highly doubt he's running around on his own. I mean, I say that.
So this is the treatment center, huh?
This is the room that Dio visited.
Don't you think it's kinda strange? Until now, all the chromatic doors had led to a single room each. So why are there two rooms on the other side of the green door?
An excellent question.
Well, we can talk to the others later, I guess, and see if they know anything.
Kay and I split up and began to look for places where Quark might have hidden, or small holes he might have escaped through. He's not in the jellyfish tank! Thank fuck.
Huh? What are these?
They must be the treatment pods Dio mentioned.
The windows are covered with frost on the inside, and I can't see in.
Shall we open it?
Yeah, might as well. Have at it.
What?
Hi, Quark!
Quark! No. Oh no. His bracelet! Oh god.
Hold on, Sigma. Calm down. Look at his chest. Can you see it moving?
What?
I quickly pressed a finger to Quark's wrist. It was faint, but his heartbeat was there.
He's alive! He's alive!
What a relief. I'm so glad to know he's safe.
I laughed out loud and grabbed Kay in a bear hug, or at least as much as I could manage. He patted me on the back and shared what I thought might have been a relieved chuckle.
But if he's still alive, why is his bracelet off? Zero Jr. said it would only come off when you died.
Perhaps Zero Sr. took it off?
What? Why?
I have no idea.
Then maybe Zero Sr. brought Quark here and put him in the pod thing too. Well, even if he did, we don't have any way to know why.
This pod is for medical treatment. Perhaps Quark has contracted some sort of illness.
He's sick? What has he got?
How would I know?
Radical 6!
In any event, we should return and let the rest of our companions know that we found Quark.
Should we bring him with? I don't know if there are any sharp objects in here, but I don't think leaving him alone's a wise idea.
I imagine Tenmyoji in particular will be pleased.
Yeah, I bet. You can carry him or...
No, I believe it would be best to leave Quark here. As I mentioned, there is a chance he has fallen ill. If so, then removing him from the pod would be dangerous.
Oh, God damn it, and we've lost our doctor.
The treatment he is currently undergoing could be compromised.
Oh.
I'll close the pod's cover then. Is that all right?
Yeah. Sure. Wait, I just thought of something. You sure he's gonna be alright?
What do you mean?
Well, what happens if he wakes up? Can he open that thing on his own?
He'll be fine. I noticed a lever inside that can be used to open the cover. So long as no one locks the pod, he should be able to leave whenever he wants.
But if someone locks him in, he's screwed.
Yes, that is what I said. But you needn't worry. You see, I have not engaged the lock. Now, we should return to the Floor B warehouse. I imagine the others are already there.
Right, yeah. Okay, let's go.
Is this where everyone else is dead? Because that's what I have a horrible feeling that's about to happen.
You're late.
You're one to talk. How much earlier did you get back again? I'd be surprised if you searched at all.
Is this it?
Yeah. Clover and Tenmyoji still aren't back.
Oh, for the love of...
So, find anything?
Yeah, we sure did.
Yeah? Well, go on, spill it.
I explained to them how we'd found Quark in the treatment center.
I see. Well, that's good to hear.
Jerk, making us all worried.
There is more.
And that is?
There is still some cause for concern.
Just spit it out.
Quark may have contracted an illness of some sort. As such, he has been left in the treatment pod.
Will he be alright?
Yeah, he'll probably...
Probably? Do you even...
Whatever, at least we found him. Pretty lucky he's alive, too.
What do you mean by that?
I mean what I said, genius. I'm glad he's not dead, aren't you?
As equivocal as ever, I see.
How kind of you to say so.
So, was Quark all you found? The way you were talking made it sound like there was something else.
Yep, I'll explain that after Tenmyoji and Clover get back. There's something I wanted to ask you first, though. When you went through the green door, did you search 2 different rooms?
2?
No, just the treatment center.
I see. What was the other one?
What do you mean, the other one?
You know where there's that intersection with 3 doors? Well, when Kay and I went there, 2 of the doors were open. You guys unlocked one that went to the treatment center when you went through the green door. But the other one...
Who could have opened it?
Don't look at me. I told you, we only opened the one that went to the treatment center.
Could it have been Zero Senior?
I don't know.
So did you and Kay go through the other door?
Yeah,
What was in there?
nothing really.
It appeared to be some sort of room for servicing something.
That doesn't make any sense. So what the hell was whoever opened that door looking for?
Who knows?
That was the room with the key to Kay's head, wasn't it?
Tenmyoji and Clover are running rather late. Should we go and look for them?
No, there's something I want to check first.
It's never easy with you, is it?
Well, let's get it over with.
To the rec room!
Huh.
This is the rec room. Dio and I came here earlier when we were looking for Quark.
So why are we here?
Was there something here you needed to see?
I said nothing and instead made my way over to the cabinet. Inside was the luminol. I reached in and pulled it out, then headed for the light switch and flipped it. The room went dark, and I headed back to where the others were still standing.
Whoa, whoa, what is this? You gonna start telling ghost stories or something?
Why? You scared of ghosts?
You're kidding me, right?
And show me how brave you are. Stick out your bracelet. You too, Fi, please.
Our bracelets?
Yeah. I want to see the underside of them.
What do you mean by that?
I mean the side on the bottom. The side that doesn't have the display on it. Come on, you really gonna make me explain this?
I know what you mean. What I'm asking is what the hell you think you're...
Just do it. It's not hard.
Should I also participate?
No, you're fine, Kay. Your bracelet is a little different from ours. But I'll have you join in just to make it fair.
There was a brief moment of hesitation before Dio and Fi stuck out their arms. I held mine out as well, pointed the wrist pointed upward.
This okay?
Yeah, just hold it like that for a moment.
As fast as I could, I pulled the luminol from my pocket and sprayed across the three of our wrists.
Ugh, cold. What the hell, man?
Dio jerked his arm back with a shout.
Don't see anything glowing. Fi's bracelet is clean. So is mine, of course.
That leaves only Dio.
Wait, what are you talking about?
I'll explain in a minute. Show me your bracelet. Something wrong? Just show it to me. Come on, Dio, we don't have time for this.
Why do I have to do what you tell me to?
Because I'm trying to prove your innocence.
Oh, like hell you are. I don't know what you're looking for, but you're not gonna find it on me.
Then just show me your arm.
No, you don't get to order me around. I have rights.
Okay?
As he spoke, Dio made a break for the exit. He didn't get far.
I'm afraid I can't let you do that.
Oh, the reference. He spun around toward the other exit.
Stop him!
Right.
Don't know what you're talking about, but okay.
All three of us leapt at Dio. And collided with each other.
I knew it! His bracelet's glowing. And that means...
Let me go! Get off of me, you fuckers!
Dio, you killed the old lady.
No, you don't understand. This is all some kind of a mistake. Shit.
What's going on here? I think it's about time you gave us the full story.
As quickly as I could, I explained to Fi what Kay and I had noticed on the old woman's wrist.
So the person with the bloody bracelet would have to be the person who killed her.
Yeah, exactly. Even if they wiped it off, I figured the luminol would still react to the blood. Looks like I was right. We've got you, Dio. You might as well confess. Well?
Alright, fine. You caught me. I did it. I killed the old bitch and took her bracelet.
Why?
Are you Zero?
No. I was under orders. I was sent here to do something.
To do what?
Who gave you this order?
I'll die before I tell you.
So your orders were more important than Alice and Luna's lives?
Whoa, whoa, let's not get ahead of ourselves. I killed the old lady, but that's it. I don't know anything about what happened to Alice and Luna.
That wasn't you?
Tread carefully, Sigma. This man is not to be trusted. He has already shown he is willing to lie and kill.
Come on, I'm telling the truth. You gotta believe me.
Even if we do believe you, you're still a killer. You just haven't killed as many people.
Exactly. He should be restrained somehow. If we leave him be, he may well kill again.
But where will we put him?
Is there a room we can lock or anything?
Ah, perhaps we could put him in one of the treatment pods. Once we've locked it, he should be unable to escape.
And how do we get... No, I'm thinking too far into this, aren't I? How do we get through the chromatic doors?
Oh yeah.
Hey, wait! I'll be good, I promise.
Yeah, I think you're onto something, Kay. Let's go with that.
Come on, please. Hey, listen to me!
We'll let you out when the white doors open. Someone's gonna need your bracelet to open the secondary door.
Don't fuck with me, you guys! There's no way in hell I'm going in that thing! Let go! Let me go! God damn it! I told you assholes to let me go! You can't do this! Stop! Stop! Please stop! Please! No, you can't! Ah!
Good night, Dio.
Open this fucking thing! I said open it, goddammit!
I don't think so.
Ugh! You're gonna pay for this! When I get out of here, I'm gonna fucking end you!
So, I guess we figured out who the murderer was. And we found Quark.
Now all that's left to do is find Clover and Tenmyoji.
Yeah, I'm still slightly concerned at that one after what happened on the other side of this timeline.
Yeah.
Why don't we head back to the warehouse and start from there? They may have already returned.
Good point.
Let's go.
Oh god, this isn't gonna end well, is it? And to be fair, I've got all I need to carry on. I've got Alison Luna's bracelet, so... Oh, they've done that thing where they've cut the music out. This is never gonna be good. Oh, they brought it back in. It's fine. Oh, I understand. Okay, I'm a dumb. You know when I said the blue doors were there? Yeah, we're looking at the other half of the room. So, like, the white doors were on one side and the blue on the other.
Huh. Looks like they aren't back yet.
Perhaps they went to look for us.
No, man. Now we've got to go look for them.
How much time until the white doors open?
50 minutes?
Then I don't think we really need to hurry yet. Why don't we wait a little longer? For all we know, they're on their way back right now.
Kay and I nodded.
By the way, there was something I wanted to ask you guys about.
Oh, yeah?
Yeah,
Oh, shit.
when we found him in the pod, he wasn't wearing it. Why?
How should I know?
Presumably, it had been taken off before we found him.
So we have no idea where it is.
Pretty much.
I see.
Oh, shit.
That's not good.
Neo, stick mine.
Neo, stick mine! Someone else is wearing Quark's bracelet!
Without that bracelet, we won't be able to continue the game.
What?
We need 3 bracelets to open the secondary door. If we lose one...
Oh, no. We won't be able to go through the secondary door.
Yeah.
Well, one pair wouldn't. One trio wouldn't.
We'll be pairing up with Quark.
Quark's bracelet should be a red solo. That would mean he'd be with the Cyan pair.
Who's the Cyan pair?
Clover and Tenmyoji.
The 2 people who are missing.
Quark's bracelet is gone, and his 2 teammates have disappeared.
What's going on? Does that mean Clover and Tenmyoji took the bracelet?
Well, if they found Quark before you did, yeah, there's a good chance they did.
Then why aren't they back yet?
Perhaps they've already gone through the white door.
What? No, that's not possible. The primary doors haven't even opened yet.
Perhaps someone opened one of them.
How?
I don't know, but it's happened before. Remember the 3 doors on the other side of the green door? Someone made one of them open. Perhaps this is the same thing.
But that's against the rules.
Yes, I know. But if the person opening the doors is Zero Senior, do you really think the rules matter?
Yeah, Zero's kind of anal about his rules.
Zero Senior controls the entire game.
So are you saying Clover or Tenmyoji is Zero Senior?
It is a possibility. It would explain why they still haven't shown up.
Could they really have taken Quark's bracelet and gone through one of the white doors?
If they did, we won't know where they went until the doors open for the rest of us.
So I would assume.
And they're taking a fucking while. Is it still just all speculation, though? Maybe we should go look for them again. One of us could stay behind so that we don't miss them if they come back.
Okay, I'll stay.
Sigma and I will go see if we can find them then.
Make sure you get back 5 minutes before the door opens, all right? Oh, and don't forget to bring Dio with you.
Of course.
So is one of us going this way and the other going downstairs, or... No, we're both going this way, I'm assuming. See if they ended up in the pantry over here. Yep. I'm assuming if I go the other way where I actually betrayed Luna in the first round, I go here. Because it's the only room I've not been in, as I've said.
This is the pantry?
So it would appear.
Well, looks like they're not here.
When we started looking for Quark, they were sent off to search everything beyond the red door, which would have meant this room.
Not gonna do us any good to hang around here, though. Let's head upstairs.
Very well.
Not here, no one here either, huh? Temioji loves scotch so much I thought we might find him here drinking some.
It was around the time that I noticed Kay was acting strangely. He was staring at the shelf of alcohol in the way that I would have described as blankly if I could have actually seen his eyes.
Hey, what's up? You want a drink?
Oh, no. Well, I would enjoy a drink, but this mask...
Right. Sorry, that sucks. Honestly, I'd have gotten so used to the suit, I'm kinda forgotten you were wearing it. Why the heck did they make you wear that thing anyway? You still don't remember anything?
Well, actually, I did remember a little.
Really?
Yes.
What'd you remember?
My father.
Oh god.
When did you remember that? They just pop out of nowhere?
Please, don't joke. This is serious.
Sorry. So you remembered who your father was?
Yes.
What about your mom?
I don't seem to have one.
Oh. So your dad raised you?
Well...
Kay stopped for a moment, then calmly folded his hands in front of him.
I was raised in the facility where my father worked. He was the only person who worked there, which meant he was the only person I saw until I was older. That had been the situation for as long as I could remember, though, so I never thought it odd.
He wouldn't allow me to go near him while he was working. But the only times he wasn't working were the times he was sleeping. As such, the only communication I ever had was the education software he'd given me. I suppose it was fairly expressionless child then. We developed body language to communicate with the others, and with no one else to communicate with, I suppose it makes sense. Once I had learned to read and write, I began to realize my situation was not normal. Many of my books mentioned a mother as part of the family, and several of the mother, father, and children would eat meals together and talk to one another. Soon I found myself longing for a mother of my own. Someone who would always be with me, who would scold me if I did something wrong, at night that would read to me before bedtime. If only I had a mother like that, I thought, I would be so happy. So, for the first time in my life, I asked my father for something. He had finished working and, as usual, was making his way toward his bedroom when I stopped him and asked for a mother. He looked at me silently for a long moment before finally responding, "Okay." I remember this day how happy I was at the moment. A few months later, he called me into his laboratory. It was the first time he'd ever done anything like that. My heart was beating quickly as I stepped inside. Standing next to him was a young woman, and my hopes soared. But when he said her name, or rather her ID number, they were dashed. He'd given me a robot to play the part of mother. I didn't want a mother that was just a machine who did what a human told her to do. When I told my father that, he looked surprised for the first time in his life. Then he frowned, coughed, and admonished me for being a whiner. He never scolded me for anything before. At first I was surprised, and then angry. Hot tears streamed down my face. My father ordered the robot to take care of me, and then shoot us out of his lab. The robot was very convincing, and she smiled and spoke as if she were a real person, but I refused to answer her and locked myself in my room. You can talk to a robot and it will respond. But in the end, you're still talking to a machine, not a person. If that was what I wanted, I'd still had the education software my father had given me. When I ignored the robot and tried to take care of me, it looked sad. I couldn't really be sad, of course. It was only programmed to look that way. A robot's facade of sadness didn't mean anything to me. After that, I stopped expecting anything from my father. We'd never really spoken to begin with, so it was easy enough for me to make sure we never saw one another. I lived my life as if he didn't even exist. Perhaps it seems strange to you that I could continue to live without him, but I never considered leaving. Perhaps in the hidden depths of my heart, I longed for a relationship with my father. Everything changed when I was 18. I left my room one morning to find a woman standing outside it. She was the first human I'd ever seen, apart from my father, and I was understandably surprised. For a moment, though, I thought my father had created a new robot, but when I told her that, she laughed and explained that she had come to help him. As it turned out, she was a very mysterious person. She was much older than I was, but something about the way she behaved was almost girlish. She would tell me stories about the world outside in such a way that I never sure if she was telling the truth or making up fantastic lies. Ultimately, though, the truth didn't matter. I loved her stories. She wasn't helping my father directly with his research, so I spent most of my days with her. Before long, I discovered she'd known my father when he was young. She told me stories of how he'd fallen in love as a younger man, and I began to imagine that that person he'd fallen in love with had been her, and that she was, in fact, secretly my mother. The gears are going in my head, but I don't want to say anything at the moment. After she settled in with us, our long-established routine began to change drastically. First, we started to eat together. Before then, I had never shared a meal with anyone in 18 years. She scolded at me for my table manners, or more accurately, the lack thereof. If I was going to eat with others, she said, I would need to be more polite. Having eaten alone for my entire life, manners had never been something I had ever even thought about. My father got in trouble too, when he made a mistake of reading through research papers during dinner. The look of surprise and embarrassment on his face made me burst into laughter. I couldn't remember the last time I shared a laugh with my father. It might have been the first time. The room we considered our living room changed too. Before it had just been another room, but she made it comfortable. After we finished our dinner, I would sit on the sofa and relax while with her and my father. Those times were those times were the ones I cherished the most. For a little while every day I got the family I longed for ever since I was a child. At her suggestion, I started helping with my father's research. He specialized in genetic engineering, and I discovered I had an interest in it as well. Time faded away as I lost myself in research. Now that we were working and studying together, my father and I had a great deal to talk about. For the first time in my life, we began to speak to one another like father and son. When I impressed him with something I learned, I felt a surge of happiness, and it drove me to study even harder. My days felt full, right, and meaningful, but most importantly, I was happy. 4 years passed in the blink of an eye until one day I happened to overhear my father and the woman speaking in the laboratory. Their tone was serious, so I listened closer, curious to know what they were talking about. That was when I heard her say that she planned to give her life to achieve their goals. It was clear that she wasn't being metaphorical. She would have to die. I was in shock. The research I had thrown myself into would lead to her death? I asked my father to stop his research immediately. He refused to listen. She agreed with him. She told me that she had been prepared for what she had to do since the day she came to our facility. My father had known about it from the beginning as well. Angry and disappointed, I began to investigate what exactly the research I'd been helping with was working toward. Perhaps I thought I could figure out a way to keep her alive. I discovered much more than I bargained for. To begin with, I learned that the ultimate success of my father's research would require a good deal of sacrifice. And I also learned that my own existence was just another part of his project. I had been created to function as my father's spare. If he had died during his research, I was intended to continue in his place. I was stunned. I was furious with my father, and with her, and even with the research I poured myself into for 4 years. There was only one thing to do: destroy the facility and end my father's horrible research once and for all. I made plans to destroy the main reactor with the entire facility. But she saw right through me. My father was livid and locked me in my room until his research was complete. All I could do at night was think how to stop him. She did her best to convince me that I'd misunderstood, that everything would be fine. As much as I wanted to believe her, I remembered in the back of my mind that she'd been the one who'd pushed me into becoming involved in my father's research. Had that been an earnest desire to give me something more to do with my life, or... Still, I couldn't bring myself to hate her. She had given me a reason to live. Everything, even if it had conspired with my father to mold me into his replacement, the warmth she'd shown me had been real. She made me feel as if I had a real family. That was something I couldn't give up for the world. I pleaded with her to leave, but she quietly shook her head. There was someone very special to her, she told me. He had helped save her life once, and she felt that her death would help repay the favor. This is Akane, isn't it, that he's talking about? She would have liked nothing more than to marry him and live a happy, normal life together, but she couldn't. For his sake, she said, and for the sake of the future she had wanted, she was determined to see my father's research succeed. I realized that although she was the most important person in my life, there was something more important than me and hers. She tried to explain that beyond what we could see was a future where no one would have to die, but I refused to listen. What good was a potential future to me? It was what I had now that I wanted. I couldn't stand to think that she would have given. I couldn't stand to think that she would have give her life for a man I'd never even seen. So I shut myself off from the world. Perhaps that's where I lost my memory. Akane connects two of these people. Kayla let out a deep, tired sigh.
I'm sorry. I lost track of time.
It's okay.
Not having any memories is less than desirable, but it could be argued that regaining them is almost more taxing.
So you remember almost everything?
No, the details are still indistinct, especially more recent events.
Huh?
Sigma, I'm sorry, but would it be alright if I laid down for a bit?
What's wrong?
I don't feel very well. It must be because I remembered so much so quickly. My head feels like it's going to explode.
You okay?
Yes. I think I just need to rest.
Okay. Take as long as you need. I'll go look for Clover and Tenmyoji myself.
I'm sorry. Thank you.
Kay lowered himself heavily onto the red sofa in the corner of the room.
Well, guess I better get moving then.
I stepped out of the room and nearly ran into Phi.
What are you doing? You're supposed to be waiting back at the warehouse.
Yeah, I know. I just decided to go check on you guys. I waited a long time and nobody showed up. Judging by your face, you haven't found them either. Damn.
Yeah,
Where's Kay?
he's in the lounge.
You decided to split up?
Well, not quite.
Instead of waiting for myself to answer, she walked in. She opened the door into the lounge and walked in.
What's up with him?
I guess he's not feeling too well. He said he wanted to rest for a bit.
Is he alright?
I think so. We should leave him alone right now, though. Remember, there's a real person inside that suit.
I'm skeptical.
I'm sure he's just tired.
Tired, huh? How are you feeling?
What?
I feel tired just looking at you. Your face is like a week-old sock.
Really? Well, I guess I'd be lying if I said I wasn't a little exhausted. I mean, all of a sudden I wake up trapped in some weird-ass game and then the dead bodies just start turning up. Honestly, I'm amazed I managed to hold on to my sanity for this long. Just about everything here makes absolutely zero sense. The more I try and figure any of it out, the more I feel like my brain's just gonna melt and run out of my ears. You know what I'm talking about, right? We managed to figure out who the killer was, but there's still 100 other questions we have no idea about. Where the hell are we? Why are we even here? What's this whole nunnery game thing for? What is Zero Senior up to? Hell, how about who is Zero Senior is? The rabbit said he was one of us, but... You think it's Dio?
Who knows?
Besides, we don't even know why Dio killed them. He said he was ordered to do it, but... And there's more, too. What about the old lady? Who is she? What's her deal? Hell, what are any of our deals? I don't know jack shit about anybody here. I don't even know anything about you, Phi.
Are you serious? You can't honestly suspect me, can you?
No, that's not it.
I'm just like you. I was kidnapped on December 25th and brought here too.
She trailed off.
Huh? You hear that, right? You heard that, right?
Yeah, it came from the hallway.
Let's go have a look.
Man, you can't be solid with these fucking doors, can you?
There's nobody here.
Maybe they got on the elevator?
Let's try hitting the button. If the door doesn't open immediately, then we'll know the elevator's downstairs.
I was gonna say, fucking, way to keep me in suspense, game.
Thought so.
Let's go.
Now the question is where? Probably the Golem Bay if I had to guess.
Which way? Where do you think they went?
Let's just head for the green door.
Why?
Because the treatment center's there. That's where Dio and Quark are.
So?
You aren't worried? I just want to make sure they're safe.
They're fine. Demioji or Clover probably made the noise. Well, maybe both of them. But I don't think they'd hurt Dio or Quark.
Are you sure?
Huh?
Dio admitted to killing the old woman, but he still insists that he didn't kill Alice or Luna. What if he's telling the truth?
Are you serious? You're gonna believe him?
Doesn't matter. I just want to know if they're safe. No harm in being careful.
Alright, fine.
We're heading to the first pod. I cracked open the pod at the top and lifted it back. I'm pretty sure I didn't say the words I intended to there. There was Quark, sound asleep.
See?
Yeah, I guess you're right. I was probably getting worried for nothing. How about Dio?
Let's open his. What the hell?
Check his pulse.
It was pointless to check his pulse. He was obviously dead, but I did it anyway.
Yeah. He's dead.
Look, the oxygen level for his pod says 0%.
And that means he asphyxiated. But why?
Someone must have tampered with the pod and lowered the oxygen levels.
Who?
Look, we should go tell Kay about this. Come on, let's go.
Without waiting for me to follow, Fi turned and ran off. Took a deep breath and followed. Bracelet! Pick his bracelet up! Fi and I burst into the lounge and ran up to Kay.
Kay! Wake up! Something's happened!
When he didn't move, I grabbed him by the shoulders and shook. He twitched and quickly sat up.
What is it?
We explained about how we'd found Dio dead and how it looked like he'd died of asphyxiation. It appeared that someone had reduced the oxygen level of his pod to 0.
What? But why? I thought that Dio was the one who killed the old woman, Alice, and Luna. Then who killed him, if he was the murderer?
The only people who could have done it are Clover and Tenmyoji.
There's also Quark.
What? No! That's impossible! Are you suggesting, quote, woke up, opened his paw from the inside, killed Dio, and then went back to sleep?
No, I'm just saying that strictly speaking, it's a possibility.
I like how you flip-flopped between, no, it's definitely impossible Quark did this in the other timeline too. No, Quark could have killed Dio.
So just, you know, take it into consideration.
Well, in that case, Fi, I hate to say it, but doesn't that mean that you could have done it?
Me?
Yes. You could have done it any time after Sigma and I left the Floor B warehouse.
Don't give me that. I was waiting for Clover and Tenmyoji to show up. They never did, though, so I got impatient and went to find you guys. Then I bumped into Sigma in front of the lounge.
She went on to explain about the sound we'd heard.
I see. So you heard something. Then perhaps it is likely that Clover and Tenmyoji were at fault.
Were the two of you together the whole time you were investigating?
Yes, we were.
You never split up or anything?
Nope.
In any event, we don't have a great deal of time to discuss.
Oh yeah, we probably need to go to the doors, don't we?
Yep. Oh, crap! We've only got 7 minutes till the primary door's open.
All right, let's get back to the Floor B warehouse. Maybe Clover and Tenmyoji are already there.
Oh, where is Dio's bracelet?
Is what?
Huh?
You didn't take it? Dio was a green solo. Phi and I are the magenta pair.
Shit. You're right. Without Dio's bracelet, we won't be able to open the secondary door.
I fear not.
We need to hurry. We'll drop by the treatment center on the way back to grab the bracelet.
All three of us don't need to go. You two go on ahead. I'll get the bracelet.
All right.
Oh, one other thing. I need to give you these.
The yellow pad bracelets? Are these Allison Luna's?
Yes. Without these, you would be stuck. So, here you are. Please, take them.
I grabbed the bracelets and shoved them into my pocket.
All right, let's get going.
Shit! They're not here!
Maybe they did go through the door, like Kay said.
With Quark's bracelet?
Or...
Or what? Oh, come on, man! You better not give me that maybe they're already dead crap. I got enough of it from Dio. You've got to be kidding me. It isn't funny, Phi. If you're right, then you, Kay, Quark, and I are the only people still alive here.
Hey, lay off. I want to believe they're alive, too. But...
We heard a noise and turned.
I apologize for keeping you.
Did you get Dio's bracelet?
Well, technically, yes, but...
Huh?
Huh?
Best you just see it. This is what I found in Dio's pod.
What?
Oh, fuck.
What the hell?
I assume whoever murdered Dio did this.
But why? There's no point!
I can't say for sure, but if I were to guess...
Oh, for the love of...
Chromatic doors have opened. 5 minutes remain until chromatic doors close.
With a bracelet like this, I doubt we can get past the secondary door.
That means Kay and I... will...
Oh, no. Shit. You're gonna...
When the time comes, those 3 doors will automatically close. If anyone is left outside after they close, they'll be penalized.
I see. That's what they wanted. Whoever killed Dio wanted to use the game to kill me and Kay. That's why they broke the bracelet.
I think so. It makes the most sense.
How can you be so calm? In 5 minutes you're gonna be...
Go on ahead, Sigma. You have those bracelets Kay gave you, right? You should be able to get through the secondary door with those. So just...
Fuck that! You know I can't just ditch you guys like that!
But if you stay here, you'll...
You think I don't know that? What kind of monster am I if I just leave you here to die? Ah! God damn it!
This was bad. What was I going to do? I needed to calm down. Just calm down. Calm down and think. Had to be a way to save them. There had...
The first is an anesthetic called Soparil Beta. The other is a muscle relaxant called Tubocurarine. Your bracelet also has a bunch of needles on the inside. If you break the rules, those needles hop out and inject you.
My brother told me about that. Neostigmine is a type of cholinesterase inhibitor.
This is what the neostigmine is for.
That means it's sort of an antidote for tubocurine. I knew it!
Give it back. I found it, so it's mine.
To each according to her own, I'm assuming that says.
Of course! The antidote!
The antidote?
I didn't have time to explain. I took off running toward the exit.
Sigma, where are you going?
Be back in a moment! Stay here! I'll be right back!
I bolted out the warehouse toward the treatment room. Run faster, Sigma! God damn it! Phi's life's on the line! You probably can't inject Kay because of that fucking suit of armor, but you know what? We'll go ahead and assume he's a robot and hopefully it doesn't matter.
I think Dio put it in his pocket. Come on, come on, come on. Please still have it.
Sweat was pouring down my face, but I didn't bother to wipe it off. There wasn't time. I dug frantically through Dio's coat until...
Aha! Found it! Oh. There's only one dose. The injection gun uses the whole bottle at once. Shit. I can't save both of them.
1 minute remains until chromatic doors close.
1 minute? Shit!
I spun around and shot out of the treatment center.
Three. Chromatic doors closing.
No. You gotta be kidding me!
Oh dear.
Sigma.
There was a sharp, quick pain in my wrist, barely even noticeable. I couldn't feel anything flowing into my veins, but I knew it was there. First would be the anesthetic, Soperil. I blinked and my vision started to blur. When I tried to think, it felt like my mind had been stuffed with cotton. My legs began to wobble and then gave out entirely as I crumpled to the floor. No. I couldn't fall asleep. I had to inject one of them with the antidote before my bracelet injected me with turbocurine. With every ounce of strength I could muster, I forced my eyes back open. Kay and Phi lay limp on the floor in front of me. In my right hand I could feel the injection gun with its precious cargo. I could only pull the trigger once. Who was I going to choose? Phi? Or Kay? No, what was I thinking? There was only one answer. Phi. I didn't even have a choice. After all, Kay's entire body was covered in impenetrable metal. I'm sorry, Kay. I summoned as much energy as I could and dragged myself toward Phi. After what felt like an eternity, I was finally within arm's reach. With no time to waste, I pressed the gun to her arm and pulled the trigger.
Sigma. What the hell did you...
I injected you with neostigmine. It's a type of...
Oh, don't make me fucking pronounce that word, please. Cholinesterase.
It's a type of cholinesterase inhibitor. It's the antidote for the muscle relaxant.
Why did you pick me?
Because I can't use the injection gun on Kay. It'd never go through the metal.
Then why didn't you inject yourself?
Guess you've got a point. Honestly, didn't even cross my mind.
You're the biggest
idiot on the planet.
Hey, come on. Is that any kind of thing to say to somebody who's about to die? How about something more tender?
No. Screw this. I don't want to live if it means being in debt to you. No goddamn way. I'm not gonna...
Her words slurred and slowed, and her eyes fluttered closed. She wasn't dead, of course. I could hear the faint sound of breathing and see her chest rise and fall.
Good. Vi's gonna be alright.
But, Kay... I looked over in his direction. That was when I noticed it.
Open. There's a hole in the back of your head. Yeah, looks like you insert something. It says open, so maybe if you put some kind of key in there.
You could open up the suit and take the mask off.
Wait. Then he... But when could he have...
It's empty.
Yes.
Was there something in there before?
No. It was empty when I found it.
But what if he'd lied? Could Kay have taken the key? How he'd gotten it didn't really matter anymore. What did matter was that Kay had been able to remove his armor. And he had.
Holy shit. Then that would mean Dio's killer is...
I coaxed as much strength as I could from my increasingly lethargic body and crawled toward Kay.
Kay! Wake up! Come on, talk to me!
I grabbed his shoulder and shook him until he shifted and spoke.
Sigma.
I just need to know one thing. Did you kill Dio? You weren't sleeping, were you? After I left, you took off your armor. You didn't want to go the same way I had, so you took the other door. After you went the long way through the warehouse and the crew quarters, you headed for the elevator.
So Kay ran around. And that's what me and Fi heard.
I bumped into Fi and then we went back to the lounge to check on you. We saw you. Or we saw your armor, I guess. By then, you would have been out of it. While we were in the lounge, you went to the treatment room and killed Dio. You must have turned off the oxygen in his pod. Although you probably didn't stick around to make sure he died. I'm betting you were in a hurry before Fi and I noticed something was up. Once you got back to floor A, you needed us out of the lounge, so you made a noise in the hall to lure us out. And you ran around and took the long way back to the lounge so you could enter through the rear door.
Am I riding the adrenaline? Is that what's happening? Is it because I'm dying? I'm riding the adrenaline and figuring all of this out?
Once you were there, you put your suit of armor on again and waited for us. As soon as we found Dio's body, we did exactly what you'd expected. Kay, wake up! Something's happened! You pretended to wake up, very disoriented and confused.
What is it?
Come on, Kay. I'm almost out of time. Did you kill Dio?
Yes. Your reasoning is correct. I I killed him.
Why?
Because I couldn't forgive him. He took the life of someone very important to me. I couldn't...
Who did he kill?
The old woman.
What?
She was like mother to me. She showed me how to see meaning in my life.
Wait, are you saying?
Yes, I am. She was the woman who came here when I was 18.
Whoa, hold on. What do you mean here?
Sigma, unfortunately, we are out of time. There's something I have to tell you. I made a promise that you would hear it. Do you understand? This is very important. You must pay attention.
Get on with it then!
Cannot forget.
Forget? It wasn't making sense. I was about to die. How on earth would I be remembering anything for more than a few seconds?
If you see a lion with two heads devouring the sun, remember these letters. M-I-L-K-E-V-O-L-I. This will open the second gate.
What the hell? Hey! Kay! Who told you to tell me this? No! Who are you? Show me! Show me who you really are!
I grabbed a hold of Kay's mask and tore it off.
What? No, that's impossible. That face. It's my face.
I felt a sharp pain in my left wrist and my body collapsed unceremoniously.
The second drug. Tubocurine.
My vision began to blur. My head felt unnaturally heavy. The world had faded away, and my consciousness slipped down into the cold, dark waters of nothingness. Okay, I've got some thinking to do. So, Sigma's a robot. I'm pretty sure we're convinced of that. And if I am right, Kay's also a robot, which explains why he's got my face, and we just use the suit to hide that fact, I guess. I'm guessing is what we're getting at. Other than that, I have no idea who Kay's father, in air quotes, is. And yeah, pretty sure. What if it's real big fucking stretch? I'm assuming here. What if it's Tenmyoji? He's old and actually that's the only thing that makes sense. Thinking about it, Tenmyoji knows Akane because he knew who she was and was very not pleased about the. Oh no, wait, he's Junpei. Never mind. If my assumption that Tenmyoji is Junpei is correct, like, then that's how, why do all these people know this one fucking woman? Why does she get everywhere? Why? God damn it, Akane. Oh, I hope someone's keeping track of how many times I use that phrase throughout this goddamn franchise, but, so, Tenmyoji is Junpei, meaning he's not related to Kay in any way, shape, or form. You know, I was gonna say real big stretch. What if Temioji was his dad or some shite like that? But that don't make sense. I'm assuming Kay and I are both robots at this point. And I don't know, Kay was implanted with artificial memories at the end there or something? I don't honestly know. Or like Kay was one of the original robots, and when he said son, it was in a very loose context. But yeah, I'm assuming this was the Kay ending. And we'll soon find out after these credits are done. Unrelated note, it's nearly been 3 hours I've been recording this tonight. I expected this to happen, and I'm okay with it. I've made my statements as to what happens when I play this game. There's just something that happens, and I just get so drawn into it. I don't know what it is. It's like, you know, if you ever find yourself reading a book or watching something, and then like 3 hours later you've like gotten way further into this book / series than you ever intended? That's me right now. The K end. Through the Looking Glass. That's an Alice in Wonderland. Yeah. What's Alice in Wonderland got to do with K? Although I guess I'm the one in the looking... Yeah, okay. This was the Neo-Stigmine blockage. And what the hell is this? Because I thought this is where... 5 minutes of life. Yeah, I thought this would have been the Neo-Stigmine blockage, but apparently not. Also, like... Oh, I was going to say, like, what are these? What is the long string of numbers? Who planted the bomb? Who planted the bomb? Okay, so for these, I assume I need the same piece of information, which I assume is gonna... No, because Akane planted the bombs, if I'm right in that assumption. Because she wasn't dead in this timeline. It's the only timeline the bombs have shown up in. So... What is the long string of numbers? Oh, that was I needed the code from the Mimrodons in order to do that, didn't I? That was to decode something probably for another bomb password. And I need the thing from the Mimrodons. The decryption code. 5 minutes of life. Yeah, this is I've been injected because Dio's an asshole and I decided to sacrifice myself for the sake of Quark. Which is where I thought the Neo-Stigmine would come into play, but apparently not. Other than that, I've still got our branch to go down. And then we start filing these off one at a time. Oh boy, we're actually near to the end of this journey. And I feel like things are starting to slide into place, but again... Still a couple things I'm not entirely sure on. Or as to where everything fits. Kay's backstory sort of helped. But, yeah. Anyway, I probably should wrap up here. I need to actually edit one of these out for tonight. Yes, this has been recorded on the Friday. Isn't it great when you only have half a day at work? Anyway, thank you all for watching these last couple episodes of Virtue's Last Reward. I don't know where I'm going to split this, honestly. Because, as I said, I've been recording for 3 hours, so this might be like 2 hour-and-a-half episodes. If so, good for you, I guess? A lot happened, so I feel like it's worth the watch. Anyway. Or at least, like, one of these halves was. The other one was just, like, me fucking around trying to open the goddamn rec room with its stupid puzzle in it. It wasn't that dumb in hindsight. I was just not looking at it properly for the longest amount of time. Anyway, all by the by, yeah. Thank you guys for watching this episode of Virtue's Last Reward. If you liked the video in any capacity, give the video a like down below. Leave a comment on... I don't know how close I am to connecting these threads. However, there's like... What, 2 paths left? One of these is a bad end, I assume. And then we start going through these one at a time, hopefully being able to open the terminal. Yeah. Other than that, if you want to keep up to date with this series, you should, I think you subscribe. Yeah, that puts your chances of getting notifications up to about 25%. which is better than not being notified, I guess. Although with YouTube, it's like, I don't know. Who knows, really? It went down the other day and everyone fucking shit themselves, but that's just what the internet does. Anyway, thank you guys for watching. I've been Nix, and I will see you guys next time. Laters!